Welcome everybody, my name is David Martin and I am the Chancellor of City College of San Francisco, and it's exciting to be here this afternoon. Not only are we in the middle of City Hall, so let's make as much noise as possible so everybody knows what we're here today to celebrate, and that is a state championship from our men's basketball team. On behalf of City College of San Francisco, we are so proud of our student athletes. Not only have you persevered on the basketball court, you persevered in the classroom as well. During a very difficult time, you got to the finish line, not only in your athletic endeavors, but the classroom as well. And for that, we celebrate you today. Now, before I pass it off to the next speaker, I wanted to take a moment and acknowledge the publicly elected leaders that we have with us this afternoon. I'd like to take a moment and acknowledge of the City College Board of Trustees, Trustee Alan Wong. We also have Trustee Thea Selby. And we have the current Vice President of the Board, Vice President John Rizzo. Now it is my honor and privilege to pass it off to the Mayor of San Francisco, Mayor London Breed.
Thank you, Chancellor Martin. We appreciate you all coming out here today. But I don't feel like the energy is in the room. You just won a state championship. You better act like you about to play for the Warriors, because that's the next step. In fact, what we are so excited about as we celebrate the team today, Coach Justin, we know that you have won 4 state championships. Move over, Steve Kerr, he's only won 3. So you created this incredible, remarkable group of young men that we have here today, as well as a lot of other folks who came before you. And City College clearly is an important institution, but it also has an extraordinary reputation when it comes to sports. A couple months ago, we honored the football team that won a state championship, and now we're honoring the basketball team who basically lost 1 game and then came back and beat the team that thought they was running away with the state championship. So I know that felt good. If nothing else, it's like to lose to the team and then come back and beat them for the final state championship. That's the kind of team we're honoring here today at City Hall. So I'm really happy to have you all here. I know that this year has been challenging. The past 2 years, in fact, have been challenging through this global pandemic, needing to change how we learn and how we engage with one another. And in fact, we couldn't play sports in the same way. So losing out on those years of not being able to really develop your craft the way that you want to because of COVID and our inability to interact in the sports world. But the good news is it didn't stop you from working hard and getting to this point and handling your business on the court. So now to walk away with a state championship, just regardless of what you decide to do, whether you're finishing City College this year with your AA or you're continuing from another year, this is something that you'll be able to carry with you in life. And I hope that all of you are considering going on to bigger and better things, whether it's a 4-year university to continue along those lines or anything else you choose to do in life. I hope that you take the experiences of what you learn, teamwork, working together, all of those things. Hard work is what brought you here in the first place, because I know that many of you might be naturally talented, but it doesn't mean that you didn't work hard to get here. You may make it like Steph Curry. He makes it look easy, but every single day he's working extremely hard to make sure that he's stepping up his game at every game for the Warriors, and I know that all of you are doing the same thing. And so a couple of things I wanted to do, and I think you were already aware. Number one, we lit up City Hall in the colors of white and red in honor of your win this past Saturday. And Coach, you don't look enthusiastic enough for me. Get up here. Come on up. Did you guys work him to death? You worked him to death? Coach, I wanted to do something really special because, as I said, you know, clearly this is a special group of guys. They brought home a state championship. I know they worked hard to do so, and I know you had a good time coaching these guys. 20 years of coaching in basketball for City College. Not only do we appreciate that, but we appreciate, you know, your consistency and your involvement in supporting the next generation of athletes in San Francisco. And so, on behalf of the City and County of San Francisco, it is my honor to recognize the City College men's basketball team and declare it your day in the City and County of San Francisco. So you get a day, you get some love, and Coach, we need a few words from you now. Come on up.
Thank you so much, Mayor Breed. That's awesome. And it's an absolute privilege to be here and invited down here and have you guys recognize us. And it was super cool to drive down on Saturday night and take a picture of City Hall with my wife. These guys got to tweet it out and got some mileage out of that one, so that was cool. You know, these group of guys will be missed. I get to have a couple of these guys back, which is nice, but they were the most resilient group we've ever had. Just because they did. It took these guys 2 years to win this championship, and 1 year they didn't even get to play any games. It started on Zoom calls once a week where they didn't even know each other, and then we got into the gym, makeshift weight room, makeshift film sessions. I had to wear masks and play, and then throughout the season, we got sidelined from, you know, taking our turns getting COVID. I took my 4 games off. Thank God my assistant coach Adam took the reins and did a pretty good job, but those were all easy games, right? Thank you to our chancellor and my dean Edie, who've been so supportive this last year. You know, I took on a new role at City College, and Edie kind of read kind of my tone during my season and took some off my plate. I appreciate that. These guys, you'll be missed. You know, you put your mark on history. And, you know, our assistant coaches, I think when you're in kind of a pandemic like this and there's so many challenges, I really felt that this year my assistant coaches were the glue that kind of kept this thing together, especially Adam. So I'm really grateful for you guys. Lastly, you know, my athletic director, Harold Brown, who's stepping down. Harold is a product of Hunters Point, Balboa High School, City College of San Francisco, then went to Gonzaga. He coached at City. I took over after him, and he's just been so supportive for the last decade. And, you know, there's a direct correlation of us winning 4 championships underneath this guy's guidance. And so I know this is your last time down here with us, and you're going to retire, but thank you for everything. Really appreciate it. All right, guys. I do want to introduce one of our players who's going to talk here, Shay Riley. Shay just accepted a Division I scholarship last week to Seattle University. So here's Shay.
Hello. Thank you guys so much for having us here. Really, it's been a great opportunity to win this championship and meet all these great guys. I want to give a big shout out to our coaches and our whole coaching staff for giving not only myself, but like countless young men the opportunity to pursue their academic dreams and their athletic goals at the next level at 4-year universities. And I'm so thankful for the opportunity to cultivate these relationships with a group of great guys and just create lifelong connections and bonds with these dudes that I know the rest of my life. I'm really glad that we were able to bring home this championship to San Francisco, and thank you guys so much for honoring us.